All right, I know we've been heavy on the law enforcement stuff the last few weeks, folks, but this is critical. We're at an inflection point in our country, and if we allow this defund the police insanity to continue, if we allow it to continue, we are going to find the country on the other side of this a far different place. The book burning's already begun overseas. Oh, Dan, no, it hasn't. Really? Did you see that story in England? They're going to decolonize libraries? Look it up. You think I'm kidding. Decolonize libraries. The book burning has already started. We've already seen law and order go out the window. A major American city has now lost its sovereignty as protesters have taken over portions of Seattle. If you were watching this show 2 years ago, if we could go back in time, you would laugh at this. You'd be like, that crazy Bongino 2 years from now is going to be talking about liberals taking over a city. Mm-hmm. Not so funny anymore, is it? Another absolutely ridiculous conversation, dangerous, will get you, people near you, or people you know killed. Is this defund the police nonsense? They're playing word games with it, however, because that's what they do. Look at this Washington Examiner article. They love word games, the left. Fed up black business owners wrestle with defund the police. This is an interesting article. Again, up in the show notes. I'd like you to read it. Listen, you have every right to be concerned about police conduct. Everyone. I was a police officer. I'm not suggesting police reforms, police accountability, or getting rid of bad cops shouldn't be a priority. It should. Again, we have the greatest responsibility in the world as police officers. You can take a life or you can take someone's freedom. Even the President of the United States doesn't have that power. If you're not willing to handle that responsibility, then this isn't the job for you. Inside that article, there's some interesting quotes in here. How they're trying to balance this whole defund the police movement. And some people are playing word games with it. Yet different people mean different things by the phrase, quote from the Washington Examiner. Black Lives Matter co-founder Alicia Garza told NBC News' Meet the Press on Sunday that her organization uses the term to mean a reallocation of police funds to other priorities rather than abolishment of police departments. Really? That's fascinating because I have another article from Legal Insurrection. It'll be in the show notes. It's not here in the show today, but in the interest of time. But one of the other founders of a Black Lives Matter and associated type movement, a Patrice Cullors, said, I think we should ultimately abolish law enforcement. Now, it's interesting. You see the word games being played here? Now, in case some liberals here are confused, and because they've sensed that this may not be a political winner, but trust me when I tell you, they absolutely mean defund the police. Meaning no police in your neighborhoods. Another interesting angle on this is a lot of truck drivers have now said they're not going to deliver their supplies to neighborhoods that defund the police. Good for you. You're taking your life in your hand. I don't blame you one bit. You're a truck driver. You're not a SWAT officer. Good for you. I wouldn't deliver there either. But they're playing word games now because Democrats, who are snide little snakes, have now figured out that defund the police is not really a winner in most of America. So what are they doing? They're trying to, no, we don't really mean defund the police. As Alicia Garza said, that's interesting because here's a op-ed in the New York Times. Joe, tell me if I'm reading this wrong. You'll see it as I see it on the YouTube. Am I reading this wrong, Joe? New York Times by Marianne Kaba. Headline, yes, we mean literally abolish the police because reform won't happen. Let me take a consent. Joe, did you read what I just read?
Yeah.
Okay, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You seeing the same thing? You do. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Everything's backwards. I'm going to try. Yes, we mean literally abolish the police in New York Times. So 3 out of 3 ain't bad, unlike Meatloaf. 2 out of 3. This is 3 out of 3. Yes, the New York Times. Yes, we mean abolish the police. Stop the word games. Stop the word games. Again, are they playing word games? Are these deceptive snakes? Of course they are. The question isn't, are they deceptive snakes, the Democrats? The question isn't, are they going to defund the police? The question is, what are you going to do about it? You writing your local representatives? You writing your city council members, your town commissioners? You emailing them? You calling them? Where do you stand on defund the police? Get them on the record. Get them on email. Here's my suggestion to you. Some of you have done this and send me your emails, and I'm very grateful. Email your local officials, your state representatives, your state delegates, your county commissioners, your town commissioners, your city council members, whoever, email them, get them on the record and demand a yes or no answer if they support defunding the police. Get them on the record now And when they respond, some of them with their shady BS answers like this Miss Garza did, well, we're not really talking about that. No. The New York Times was pretty clear. Yes, we're in their op-ed piece. The woman who wrote it. Yes, we're clearly talking about abolish the police. Put that on Facebook, Parler, Twitter. Take a snapshot and let the whole world see it. That representative or city council person didn't have the guts to stand up when the right decision was staring them in the face. Folks, there are rarely decisions in politics that are black or white. Rarely. Even issues we think are black and white. You know, you say gun possession. I'm an avid supporter of constitutional carry in the Second Amendment. May say it's black and white. No, it's not. What if you get an escaped felon who's a serial murderer? There's always on the edge, on the margin, there's always some issue you can pull out that makes everything a slightly gray area. Again, I'm an avid supporter of constitutional carry. But I think everybody agrees serial murderers shouldn't be able to walk out of prison and buy a firearm.
Right.
But even those issues, they're not black and white. Like I said, there's always at the margin something. This is not one of those issues. This is not one of those issues. Defund the police is clear insanity. Insanity. Someone you know will be hurt or killed if this happens.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.